Hi everyone, Dr. Linda Mintle here, doing a video blog again today. I want to give you today 4 tips from divorced couples in terms of how to help your marriage. Now I know that sounds a little crazy, but here's the deal. There was a study done at the University of Michigan in which the researchers looked at what did divorced couples say about their previous relationships? What could they have done differently? What did they think they should have paid attention to that might have helped them not divorce and could obviously help them in their next relationships? So here are the 4 tips that they gave. I think they're worth looking at and trying to look at in your own relationship. The first one is they said they would try to boost the mood of their partner more often. In other words, they would tell them nice things during the day, they would compliment them, they would point out when they did something well, instead of always picking on the negative or maybe just taking the person for granted and not saying anything at all. The second thing that they pointed out was that they said they would talk more about finances. Now, I find that really interesting because money is one of those things that a lot of couples have conflict over. Money can create fights. And so talking more about money, laying out a spending plan, a budget, that's important to couples. The third thing that they said was that they would tend to look at the person in terms of the relationship more. So instead of saying to the person, you always do this, or I don't like it when you do this, they might look at it more like a relationship and, so to speak, blame the relationship. So instead, you might say something like, we need to do better at spending time together, or we need to talk to each other more often about money or whatever the issue is. So tending to look at the relationship as a whole, very important. And finally, the last thing that came up, which really kind of surprised me, was that they would reveal more about themselves to their partners. Isn't that interesting? That they felt like they didn't share enough and that they didn't say enough, maybe about their dreams or their wishes, or maybe even just communicating their own things that they were thinking in a day-to-day living situation. So sharing more. So interesting stuff from couples who didn't make it, but we can learn something from them, I think, in terms of what can help us in our relationships. Okay, talk to you soon.